Today we'll see a very important historical spot of India, that is Lothal. The history dates back to 5000 years ago. We started from Ahmedabad and proceeding to Lothal. This map shows India before division. After division, Mohenjo Daro and Harappa went to Pakistan, while Dholka and Lothal is now in India. See, we are traveling from Ahmedabad. We'll now take a left turn to see the National Maritime Heritage Complex, Lothal. You can see the board here, and this is the road. It's around 7 kilometers. From here, we'll take a left turn to the excavation site of Lothal. You can see here on the board. So the road takes a left turn from here. Yes, this is the road. Ahmedabad is around 73 kilometers from here. So we have entered the area from where the excavation site starts, and this was the area which existed from the Indus Valley civilization. So we are very close to the main gate. You can see that is the parking area, and we'll enter this complex. So this is the main gate of the Lothal excavation site. We'll enter this, and on the right side we'll visit the museum. That is the Archaeological Museum. That means all the remains that were found in this area are kept in the museum. You can see this is a protected monument under ASI. You can see the writing here. That is the Lothal. Ancient mound at Lothal was excavated by Professor S.R. Rao from 1955 to 1962 and unearthed many structural remains of Harappan town, which was in the year 2500 to 1900 BC. That means before Christ. So you can see the water here. According to the ASI, arguably Lothal had the world's earliest known dock, which connected the city to an ancient course of the Sabarmati river on the trade route. This trade route stretched between Harappan cities in Sindh, which is now in Pakistan, and the peninsula of Saurashtra, where the surrounding Kutch desert of today was a part of the Arabian Sea. The people of Lothal made significant and often unique contributions to human civilization in the Indus era in the fields of city planning, art, architecture, science, engineering, pottery, and religion. Their work in metallurgy, seals, beads, and jewelry was the basis of their prosperity. You can see the burnt bricks which existed since the Indus civilization. We are now in the excavation site of Lothal, which existed since the Mohenjo Daro Harappa, that is the Indus civilization, and two parts which are main in India, that is the Dholka and Lothal. So we are in the site Lothal, and you can see here that is the sluice gate, and this was the water body which connected with the river the Sabarmati and then with the existing Gulf of Khambat, and this was a very important trade center from where all the materials were traded to Harappa and Mohenjo Daro area. And clearly you can see the dock. This was the oldest dock which existed in the world, though there were some arguments that the Red Sea in Egypt was the oldest dock. But later, Oceanographic Institute in Goa has proved some presence of microflora, which definitely proved seawater, presence of seawater here. So it has been proved, and you can see the brickwork. These are the brickwork which still exists since that period, and it is a unique in nature. This was the mound which was excavated, and a very important point of Lothal. So we'll go closer to it. You can see the tourists are walking up to the site. It's a very important historical place in India. Now we'll visit this side. On our left, the Acropolis, the bead factory, and the lower town. And we know in this lower town, people, the laborer class people, used to stay there, and bead was important material that was traded in those days. So we are going to that site. Here you can see all the excavated site. This was very unique. It's really unbelievable that we are now in the area which was once a part of the Indus civilization. After India was divided, the Mohenjo Daro and the Harappa portion went into Pakistan. But here in India, we are getting this Lothal and Dholka. You can see foreign tourists also have come. See here, I am standing near the Mount of the Dead. This is in Lothal. And why is it called Mount of the Dead? Because human skeletons were found in this area. So probably this was the area which was maybe the burial site. And from here, the river started and joined with the Gulf of Khambat. So it's a very unique place that I'm standing here. This is the Mount of the Dead. Behind it was the dockyard, and from there the ship used to carry the materials and used to store here. So this is the area or the warehouse where all the materials were stored. So we can see this was the area where all the materials were stocked, and this is the warehouse in those days. See the structures here, the drainage system, so unique in nature. And in the distance, that was the dock. And this was the storehouse I told you. You can see here, this is the well from where water was drawn for drinking purpose. And you can see the beautiful drainage system at that time. Lothal's engineers provided corbelled roofs and an apron of fired bricks over the brick face of the platform where the sewerage entered the cesspool. Wooden screens inserted in grooves in the side drain walls held back solid waste. Now you see the remains of the drainage system here, because the flood water used to drain these areas, so they needed a proper drainage system. So it's very interesting that 4,500 years ago they had planned the city in such a beautiful way. The well is built of radial bricks. It had an immaculate network of underground drains, silting chambers and cesspools, and inspection chambers for solid waste. The extent of the drains provided the archaeologists with many clues regarding the layouts of the streets, organization of housing and baths, and the main sewerage system. This was the residential area or the lower town area. There was upper town and lower town, and in the lower town area all the laborers used to stay. So this was the excavation site of lower town. This was the lower town. So we are walking on the remains of Lothal, the excavated site from Indus Valley civilization. This portion was the bead factory. Lothal was one of the most important centers of production for shell working, owing to the abundance of chank shell of high quality found in the Gulf of Kutch near the Kathiawar coast. Now we'll see the Archaeological Museum of Lothal. So you can see this is a schematic diagram we have seen just now. This dockyard, how the boats used to come, and you can see the sluice gate, all the bead factory and the residential quarters all are in a diagram here. This was around 5,000 years ago. You can see this was the Lothal bead factory, where there are 8 rooms and ceramics or pottery which are found here in the excavation site. And these were the beadwork. And in the cemetery region, you can see there are skeletons. This is a very important map here. You can see the Himalayan range and the old Punjab area where the 5 rivers existed. The Indus River, the Saraswati River. This was how it was 5,000 years ago. And you can see Balochistan. And below you can see Lothal and Ratanpur. This is the Gujarat area. You can see Dholka and Lothal are now in India, whereas Mohenjo Daro and Harappa, they are in Pakistan now. So this is a very important map. And there was owing system. All were very scientific, and these were the items of import to Mesopotamia: pearls, woods, plants. You can see Lothal as a commercial hub. all these bead and stones, chains, jewelry of terracotta. You can see here Lothal, which was a Harappan port town. You can see the map here. The big red circles were the large Harappan sites like Mohenjo Daro, Mohenjo Daro, and Harappa on top. And you can see here Dholka and Rakni Grahi. You can see the mouth of Indus, the Gulf of Kutch, the Arabian Sea, and the Gulf of Khambat here. Archaeologists have discovered gold pendants, charred ashes of terracotta, cakes and pottery, bovine remains, beads and other signs that may indicate that the practice of the Gava Mayana sacrifice associated with this ancient Vedic religion. A complete set of terracotta gamesman has been found in Lothal, animal figures, pyramids with ivory handles and castle-like objects similar to the chess set of Queen Hatshepsut in Egypt. Terracotta models also identify the differences between the species of dogs and bulls, including those of horses. The people of Lothal worshipped a fire god who is speculated to be horned deity depicted on seal. Animal worship is also evidence, but not the worship of the mother goddess. The realistic portrayal of human beings and animals suggests a careful study of anatomical and natural features. The bust of a male with slit eyes, sharp nose, and square-cut beard is reminiscent of Sumerian figures, especially stone sculptures from Mari. In images of men and women, muscular and physical features are sharp and prominently marked. So, I have covered one of the most unique historical places of India. I hope you have enjoyed it. Now, we are returning to our hotel in Ahmedabad. After seeing my videos, please do like, share and comment, and please do not forget to subscribe my channel.